What's going on, guys? Good. Yeah, obviously, going to the East Coast, got a great opponent in Jacksonville. Obviously, got to watch their game on Monday night. Felt like, they played a complete team game in that game against a really good team in Kansas City. So, we're excited about this challenge. Again, I feel like I say it every week now with the defenses that we're facing, but just another great defense that presents a lot of different problems and pressures, coverages, and, the guys that they have, tying it all together. So, got a great challenge in front of us, and we're excited about the opportunity.
You guys are going to focus on ball security every week, but when you're facing a team that's taking the ball away like they are, is there any added emphasis, or do you feel like you're kind of doing everything you need to every week anyway?
No, we're always focused on ball security. Myself protecting the football, whether it's in the pocket, being smart outside the pocket, and just taking care of the football in general for myself, but also everyone as an offense. Even kick return, like everybody just forcing themselves to have really good ball security, not just this week, but every single week. But obviously they do a great job of taking the ball away, and we know that.
What are they doing? I mean, 14 takeaways through 5 games is a pretty crazy number. What are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, they do a great job when ball carriers are out in space of punching the ball out, just attacking the football. You see them all over the tape, just, again, like tying their pressures in with their coverages, understanding, where passes are, where they're more vulnerable as a defense with their pressures. And I feel like their DBs and linebackers do a really good job of, getting into those certain spaces. And so they've been doing a really good job, like you said, of taking the ball away. And we're just going to continue to, do our part to limit those turnovers.
Certainly shows up in the stats, but when you watch film, how does he show up on tape?
Yeah, he flies around. He's a really good player. Both their backers are really good. We got our hands full there, but again, they do a really good job in making everything look the same, especially in their third down packages.
When you get a chance to watch an opponent you're about to face, like you did the other night, how do you watch the game off TV? What are you looking for?
Yeah. It's a great question, right? Because you can't really see the back end of it. You can't see, what's going on back there, but just how hard they play. I mean, you can feel it, come off the screen that way. And then, obviously you can tell they're really well coached, not only as a team, but, on their defense as well. Like I said, kind of, forcing the issue in terms of trying to take the ball away, and just being really disciplined in other areas of their game as well.
What was your thoughts seeing that touchdown from Trevor at the end? How he
Oh
was
my
able
gosh.
to make something of that play?
Yeah, well, I was, just watching it. I was thinking, get up and throw the ball away. But, man, he did a great job of being able to get up and kind of scramble and find his way into the end zone. So
we've seen you make some pretty impressive plays under pressure, including last week. What did you have to learn about feeling the pressure and when to escape and when to throw the ball away?
Yeah, I think, that's kind of the dichotomy, I guess, of playing the quarterback position is like when you have an opportunity to scramble and make a play, you don't always have to make a play. Sometimes it's smarter, especially on first and second down, to just throw the ball away and let our team, fight another down. And I think that's really important to understand. And so I'm always kind of fighting that, the urge to try to go make a play, but also, letting our football team, get to the next down without hurting ourselves.
You guys are toward the top of the league in red zone efficiency, converting red zone chances to touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
What's been working for you guys in the red zone?
Yeah, I think just execution. I know that's very vague, maybe not the answer you wanted to hear, but I feel like all 11 guys just doing their job on that play, and I feel like we're very glued in. I feel like the coaches are doing a great job of, just installing and allowing us to understand the why behind every single play and what defenses we're attacking. So I feel like not only all the players, but all the coaches as well are doing a great job with that.
I think when you first got introduced as the QB here, you talked about those final 2 games in Minnesota, the Rams and then the Lions. Yeah, kind of what you learned about, yourself, or I guess your game in those games.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn anything from the Jacksonville game last year as well?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you bringing it up. No, that was a tough game for sure. Again, I think just for me, just being disciplined. I think that's what it comes down to. Being disciplined in my reads, understanding what coverages they're running, what they're trying to take away, and understanding if 1 and 2 aren't there, just being quick to get the ball down or get to my third progression.
How different is this defense from last year's with the new staff?
Yeah, they do some different things. You know, some similar things as well. I mean, it's you know, all defenses are kind of, not all of them are running similar things, but they're doing a lot of the same things. And I think just what makes this defense unique is you know, their ability to be able to get to their pressures not only on third down but in first and second down as well. So we just got to be prepared, and that's what days like today are for.
I know we ask you probably about Jackson every week, but given that you guys only played 5 games together, how much more can your relationship on the field grow? You know, and how much more can you guys kind of get to? Do you think?
Oh yeah, it can. You know, it's always growing. You know, our relationship to be able to play our best football. It's always just the conversations that we just had at our walkthrough. You know, those conversations go a long way. They continue to help us out there on the field, and we're going to continue to grow as a as a connection.
You got thrown into the starting position for the Vikings last year, had a lot of quick success. Klint Kubiak, had a lot of quick success in New Orleans last year, and you guys are now having quick success together here.
Sure.
A lot of teams take a while to get to that. Why do you guys think you guys have clicked so soon?
I think it's a lot of hard work that's put into the offseason, not just by us, but everybody, in this building, defense included. The guys on offense, the offensive line, tight ends, running backs, receivers. I can go down the list. The coaches as well. There was a sense of urgency when we got here in March and April to be able to just put our best foot forward and do what's best for the team. And so when you don't have any ego involved in anything, and you can just attack every single day and be honest with each other, and have that open conversation, open dialogue about what works, what maybe we can do better. Things kind of go a long way, and they move fast. And I think just that sense of urgency that we had early in the off season helped us get off to this start, and we just got to keep it rolling by taking it one day at a time.
Sam, how's your run game? You're averaging 113 yards a game. How's that helping with your overall offense?
Yeah, I think that's a huge key to the offense, is being able to get the run game going, and continuing to push it, even late in the game as well. So, yeah, having a great run game is always going to, help our success as an offense, and we're just going to continue to work on that and do what we can days like today to continue to get better at that.
You're one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL this year, no sacks last week. What can you say about the guys up front, what they're doing pass protection-wise?
Yeah, I think, I said it after the game, or maybe last week in the presser, but just their communication that they've been having up front, and to be able to hear that as a quarterback, it's very comforting. And again, there's kinks that we're going to work through every single week, but to be able to work through those kinks during the week and not on Sunday, I think that's the key. To be able to see every single look with every single protection that we have, and be able to, figure out kind of the issues and the problems that we might have with the defense that we're playing. So, we go through all that with a fine-tooth comb, and we're just going to continue to do that as an offense, and just the way that those guys have, their relationship, I think, with one another is really the key thing that I see with everything, is just those guys in that room are so close, and the closer that they get, the better that they're going to continue to play.
Both games you guys lost, there was a couple turnovers, and there's been a turnover, at least one in every game. How do you guys get to 0 in that number?
Yeah, I think it's everybody straining to finish. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the takeaways that you see on tape, especially with this team that we're playing, their teams going forward with the football, and maybe guys in the back end or linemen that are maybe trailing the play aren't necessarily running as hard because they think the play's over, the guy's just going to go down. But sometimes when you're trailing, myself included, if I hand the ball off and I see Ken cut it back, I might be a little, I might be eager to kind of follow him just in case. So, that's just little effort every now and then, and straining every single play, I think will help that number get to 0.
AJ's already got as many touchdowns this year as he had all of last season. What is it about him being an option for you down near the goal line that brings and added something to the offense for you guys? Yeah,
AJ's been great. I mean, obviously there's a lot of focus on guys like Jax, Coop, Torrey, and then you have AJ kind of in there with the line, and certain guys guarding him. He's a great weapon to have as a quarterback. And I think at the end of the day, the ball is just finding him. I'm going to go through my progressions and do what I can to try to get the ball at the end zone no matter what. and the ball's finding him right now.
On the Derek play, did you feel like you had a free play on Sunday?
On which one? Sorry.
Throw to Derek, rolling left. There was a hold, I think, or there was some flag. Did you feel like a free play? Or you trust Derek?
No. I was keen to that just because I saw I just saw the safety come down and cut the crosser, so I knew there was no one in the back end. So I knew Reek was one-on-one. So he makes hundreds of plays out here all the time. He made them a ton in the preseason. So I figured give Reek a shot, and he made a play. It was awesome to see. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.